Good morning, Scorpio, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your um, subscriptions, okay? What I like to do for you guys today is to get you started with your April's May singles reading, okay? And basically, the gist of this reading is to just provide you with um, not necessarily a predictive type reading, but more of an advice reading, okay, to help steer you forward in your pursuit for this harmonious type relationship, okay? And what I'm going to do in this reading, I'm going to basically discuss three discussion points here. First, I'm going to share with you an old pattern or a toxic way of going about, carrying yourself in terms of energy that may have prevented you from finding the true love that you seek here because you're clinging to energies that no longer serve your purpose. Okay? And then we're going to move into an energy somehow that has diminished or that um, is dormant inside of you that should you inject that into your life, it could help you find the love that you seek. And then lastly, I'm going to give you a few more actions that you could potentially take to find this soulmate loving relationship that many of you are seeking here. Okay? Scorpio, rest assured that this reading will not resonate for each and every one of you out there, but for those for whom this reading is meant, I certainly hope it offers you the information that you're seeking. Okay? So again, let's go on and get started. I'm going to shuffle up a few cards. Let me just get my deck. Okay. I'm going to shuffle up a few cards here, and then we're going to just get right on into your reading. Okay, so Spirit, what message would you like me to share here with Scorpio, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. Let's look at your bottom cards first. We have both the Garden, okay, as well as sexual freedom here. So those are the energies that seems to be pervading your environment, particularly from now until the end of next month here. And what this seems to be suggesting here is that, particularly with the Garden there, I'm kind of getting an indication that, you guys don't seem to be trusting in the process as you should. And the Garden is asking you to honor yourself a bit more, okay? And it wants you to know that you have exactly what you need. And it's time that you really take the time, the necessary effort, or make the necessary effort to connect more with spirit here that I'm getting. And then you have sexual freedom here, okay? With having sexual freedom there, ladies and gentlemen, I feel that, some of you tend to measure yourself by having numerous on getting sexual partners. So this card is kind of asking you more specifically to really get in tune with your value system here, and ask yourself, how do you really perceive your own sexuality? And it also urges you to stop having sex so soon to really win another's heart, because it appears that every time that you do that, it causes your relationship to end a little bit more suddenly. This card wants you to take your time a bit more and stop rushing into situation here. It basically wants you to, these two cards combined, really, using your intuition, try to get a bit more clear about your sexuality and really how it actually impacts intimacy here. All right. Let's look at, as I said, an old pattern or belief system that many of you seem to be clinging to, and perhaps this card provides the reason why many of you may haven't found the person that you're looking for here. We have maturity. All right. So with maturity there, it pretty much shows that, you know, seems that I'm kind of getting that you seem to think that people can make you happy here, that I'm getting that you have to be in a relationship to be happy, or someone has to make you happy, you know. This is kind of indicating to you that this is something that a pattern that you guys tend to cling to, but you have to understand that it is your responsibility to make you happy. And I feel that with this card, it's really kind of telling you it's time for you to really take some time out, an introspective look, even take a peek in the mirror, if you will, and just really reflect on this here, because with maturity, it shows that you guys are mature, and you have to know that no one else in this world can make you happy, but by clinging on to that, it kind of blocks things for you here. Okay. Now let's also move on to the next card here, and basically we're gonna with this next card. This is basically the energy of this card is something that that I feel that many of you might have taken a bit for granted here because you have compatibility, or perhaps you've overlooked. And with that card, it's kind of urging you that it's time that you might consider incorporating this a bit more into your life here. So I'm kind of feeling here that with having this compatibility card, it kind of shows that you guys need to just take the time to really find the lover I'm getting that really suits your needs here. Okay, I feel that it looks like many of you seem to, in the past, you've made countless attempts to really change yourself, or kind of make yourself appear to be better than perhaps what you are in your pursuit to please other people here, or even to manifest a soulmate. Or you may have possibly felt that another might have taken you for granted here. Okay? I feel that a lot of you also with that card, it kind of seems that you bottled up your feelings a lot. So really this card is kind of telling you to, you just simply went along with the program. And this energy of this card is kind of telling you it's time that you stop letting people really take advantage of you here. I feel that you were neither honest with yourself nor with your feelings, it looks like, in past relationships. So I'm kind of getting that you need to just stop looking, running after people for superficial type qualities, because they tend to diminish here. And yet, you may attract a lot of lovers here. You're not fully happy here that I'm getting. Okay? Now let's look at your last two cards to see what type of actions that you might consider taking to kind of, find this true everlasting love that you're seeking here. We have both inner peace as well as sexuality here. So we all know that when we're looking at this sexuality card here, it kind of shows us that you guys, or some of you, are kind of struggling, I'm feeling, with your own identities here. And this card is telling you to really stop using sex or physical appearances to attract love here. Because when you do that, you keep um, running the risk of getting involved in more unrequited type situations here, where it's going to be very much one-sided, and that's not what you're looking for. Okay? You need to get to know the person first, and again, stop rushing, you know, into relationships or just having sex so soon here, because of, certainly, ladies and gentlemen, your body is in fact a temple here. Okay? And then you have that inner peace card here. Okay? So with that card, that is kind of suggesting that, you know, you are very worthy, and you really need to know your worth here. Okay? Nothing is wrong with you, ladies and gentlemen. So know that, as I said in stress from the onset, that you are enough for you. Okay? Have more confidence in yourself here, and also to thine own self. Be true. Okay? Now, and keeping along those lines here, and kind of the cards are kind of indicating to you with this inner peace card here that it's time that you restore that. I'm going to share with you from this other deck a few more additional things that you might consider contemplating or weaving into your life during this time period in question. So, Spirit, please give me a few more messages here for Scorpio, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Okay, let's see what we have here. Understand, Scorpio, that your purpose is in fact personal expansion. Okay? Ask yourself, how can you be more intentional with your choices and live with more purpose here? Okay? Understand that your soul is going through an alignment here. It's really time for you to make a radical change here. So ask yourself, Scorpio, how can you show up for yourself in ways that you never had before? Okay? Understand that in this time period in question, while you may have just gone through a struggle here, many of you, you do have the Midas touch. Things are working out in your favor. So ask yourself, in what ways are you abundant right now? All right? And last but not least with these cards, forgiveness certainly will set you free. So what do you need to forgive yourself for, ladies and gentlemen? It's time that you do that. It's very important. Are you still holding on to this anger or resentment from a past relationship, so much so that it interferes with what you're kind of wanting to manifest at this time here? Okay? Let's give you some more actions here to kind of help you manifest the relationship that many of you, as I've indicated, are seeking here. So, Spirit, give us a few additional messages for Scorpio. Some actions that Scorpio may take or in order to further enhance their chances of a successful relationship. What are some additional actions? Okay, let's see what we have here. Again, I can't stress it enough. Know your worth. It's very important that you know your worth. And by knowing your worth, Scorpio, you have to take your time when you're meeting people and not rush into things. Okay? You need to relinquish control. Surrender your desire to control various outcomes. Go with the flow, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Many of you might need to detoxify yourselves here. And this is not just to simply include, drug usage or drinking excessively. And detoxify your mind here, okay? You have to find a new way of, coexisting with people that I'm getting here. You have to change, as the cards have indicated. It's time for a radical change, all right? Reveal what needs to be seen for some of you, okay? Stop, shielding yourselves when you're, entering relationships. Stop keeping things bottled up, all right? And last message from this deck. You got to think it through. It's time, again, that you sit back and think about what it is that you really want in the way of a relationship, okay? Let's go on and pull out another deck here, and I'm going to just give you a few additional messages on a few things to add it with what I've already given you in terms of things that you might want to let go or surrender, particularly during this time period in question here. Okay, so Spirit, what are some things you'd like Scorpio to consider letting go or surrendering as they move forward? Surrender the idea that you really can fix someone here. Okay? It's time for a relationship to shift. Maybe some of you may have recently met somebody, okay, and you've been having problems here. Understand that it doesn't work to try to fix someone because each person must, in fact, be accountable for his or her own healing, okay? It's time that you surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. Because when you pray from your heart, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to certainly be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will, in fact, arrive. Understand that your romantic situation is about to take a dramatic shift. So it's time that you surrender to miracles. All right? Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are, in fact, real. Okay? It's time that you let go of resistance and really banish any doubt that miracles can, in fact, happen. All right? So, in conclusion, here, I'd just like to leave you with a message meant for you. Okay, a message that I'm going to read to you from a postcard from Spirit here on something that Spirit would like you to, think about as you go through this time period in question here. Okay, I have the postcard here and I'm going to read it as it is written. Dear you, there's a balance between activity and rest, ebb and flow. You can't have one without the other. If you are faced with an obstacle right now, the best course is surrender and non-resistance. Soon enough, you'll see how easy it is to flow around it. Now is one of those times when you must trust the river of your life. Go with the flow, and in no time you'll reach what you have your heart and hopes set on. Just remember, Spirit will keep your head above water and will direct the currents. When it's time for a greater effort, you'll know exactly when you'll need to work those manifesting muscles. It can be challenging to master the flow cycles of your life, but as you develop your skills, affluence will be yours. Enjoy the flow and trust those currents, for we are right there with you, with our little umbrella drinks, smiling at your success. Love you so very much. So, Scorpios, this is what I have for you. Again, I hope that this reading has provided you with some good advice to help steer you in the right direction here. Be sure to like and share, okay? If you've yet to subscribe, please sure to subscribe. And I look forward to hearing your comments, all right? If you like a more personal reading, you can definitely contact me at will.brown@watconsultinginc.net. Enjoy your day. Thanks a lot.